You saw the video of some of the violence, correct?
No better than CNN spreading bullshit.
All right, so obviously we have another MAGA who's not capable of having an intellectual conversation.
Why are you so angry that Hunter Biden is releasing the tapes of January 6th?
Why am I so angry that Hunter Biden is releasing the tape?
No, not Hunter Biden, Tucker Carlson. Why are you so angry at that?
Okay, so Tucker Carlson didn't release the tapes. First of all, it was Kevin McCarthy. That's
I
number one.
I know. Yeah, he gave him the Tucker Carlson. You know what I mean. Why are you so angry? Why are you so angry?
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Well, you know what? I'll just answer your question. Do you think Tucker Carlson is truthful? You think he's a pretty honest guy? He portrays things fairly?
Yes.
Okay, well, so first of all, you're insane, but I'll still answer your question. And here's why you're insane, sir. Because his own executives and bosses at Fox News.
You're an angry little guy.
Are you going to listen or are you going to talk over me? Please listen, then I'll give you a chance. Tucker Carlson's executives and bosses said in court documents that Tucker Carlson should not be believed as factual and that it is purely entertainment. Those are his bosses that said that in a court statement. So, sir, with all due respect, you're wrong.
Wait, so I shouldn't believe my own eyes when I see the video that was released?
You couldn't believe with your own eyes when you see the video that was released. Sir, let me ask you a question to that.
I shouldn't believe what I'm seeing. The other
what
side
did you see? And did you see the? Let me ask you a question.
I will tell you what.
Let me ask you a question. Did you see the video when police officers were being beaten with batons, being crushed, and being sprayed with bear spray? Sir, did you see that video as well?
Yeah. Did you see the video where they asked the director of the FBI if there was FBI agents embedded in January 6th and he refused to answer the question when the answer should have been no?
The FBI was not involved in January 6th. That is a conspiracy theory. Now, let's go back to what I said earlier, sir. Sir, let's go back to what I said earlier. Let's take it one topic at a time, and then we'll get to the FBI. You just said, why do I have a problem with Tucker Carlson releasing the January 6th footage? I just gave you the answer. Because 140 officers were injured that day. People died. There's over 1,000 people that were convicted. You just admitted to me that you saw the video of officers being beaten. You just admitted to me that you saw the video of some of the violence that took place on January 6th. You answered your own question because Tucker's not showing any of that video. He's only showing and cherry-picking videos. You see, sir, you could portray World War III as peaceful. If you cherry-picked video from World War III, you could portray it as peaceful. But we all know, anybody with an IQ over 20 knows, that there was violence on January 6th. You are aware of that, sir, right? Because you just admitted to me you saw the video of some of the violence, correct?
No better than CNN spreading bullshit.
All right, so obviously we have another MAGA who's not capable of having an intellectual conversation. And when I owned him, what does he do? He swears on the air, and he can't have an intellectual conversation. Thank you for the call, Hector. You are absolutely Donald Trump's base. 702-221-7283. And again, the number to call if you want to be a part of the conversation, 702-22. Folks, I never thought I would say this, but Tucker Carlson actually said something that I agree with. Now, keep in mind, Tucker Carlson has been working for Fox News for years. He was let go. But I want you to listen to what Tucker Carlson said. He appeared on the Steve Bannon podcast. And I can't believe lately I've been agreeing with some things Steve Bannon has said. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Tucker Carlson. I want you to listen to what Tucker Carlson had to say about Fox News.
So what is that? That's not by popular acclaim. That's not like their viewer surveys. Like, we need a lot more Mark Levin. Less Jesse Waters, more Mark Levin. What they're doing is what they always do, which is just turning up the propaganda hose to full blast and just trying to, knock elderly Fox viewers off their feet and make them submit.
Knock elderly Fox viewers off their feet. That is Tucker Carlson's entire career. The propaganda machine himself. I'm glad he's finally saying it publicly about Fox News because I agree. Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, Jesse Waters, these are despicable people. All they care about is ratings. And all they care about is getting their base of people angry and spreading propaganda. That's Fox Noise. That's exactly what it is. We remember the whole Dominion voting machine scandal that took place as well. So I can't believe I'm agreeing with Tucker Carlson, even though for the most part, Tucker Carlson has zero credibility. You couldn't find somebody more pro-Russia propaganda than Tucker Carlson and that stupid laugh of his. And now Donald Trump is calling him a kook. Why? Because I agree with Tucker Carlson. We should not be going to war with Iran. If there is clear evidence to show the American people that Iran is building nuclear weapons, then that is a fair conversation to have. Haven't seen it. Just like we didn't see any clear and cut evidence that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction either. Another ill-advised war. Do we need another one in 2025? I think not. I agree with Tucker Carlson. Do I think he's a clown? Do I think he has no credibility? Yeah, but a squirrel can find a nut once in a while. And now Donald Trump is going after Tucker Carlson. He's going after Elon Musk. He's going after many on the right who disagree with his approach to Iran. There will always be a few like Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell's of the world. But many disagree with his approach here. They disagree with his approach on the big, beautiful bill. And this first 4 months has been an absolute disaster. An absolute disaster. Then we talk about Tucker Carlson.
Oh my God!
Don't ask me why, but I will give you the reason why, because I don't like to play a lot.
Trying to be relevant.
I don't like to play a lot of Tucker Carlson stuff, but this is just so out there. Do we remember the video that came out when Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was putting out more misinformation that he claimed that COVID-19 was engineered so that Jews would be immune to it? By the way, it's completely false. There's no evidence to prove that for any race or any gender or anything. But now,
it's crazy stuff.
It's just crazy. It's lunacy. And that's the guy, by the way, who's the head of Health and Human. So, I mean, it's just insanity. Now we have Tucker Carlson that's going on that conspiracy theory, because I guess he doesn't have enough already.
He's just trying to get attention.
Here's Tucker Carlson, right, trying to get attention, claiming that somehow COVID-19 was engineered so that the Jews were immune to it. By the way, I know people who are Jewish who sadly have lost their lives from COVID. So it's so infuriating to me, but have a listen to this.
So I remember Bobby Kennedy got into a great deal of trouble because he said at some event, of course, the New York Post led the charge against him, of course, but that COVID could be tailored, or in fact, for whatever reason, COVID had disparate effects on populations.
That's absolutely true. I mean, that's scientifically true, and I was quite familiar with that literature when he made that.
What does that mean? Which populations suffered most from COVID?
There was a finding in a scientific publication that two different populations of people of Jewish ancestry, depending which line they're from, where one was more heavily impacted than the other. Mm-hmm. And that was
Sephardic Ashkenazi.
Yes,
basically.
and that was the finding. And I think the point that he was trying to make, or maybe didn't articulate well, is that the agent can be tailored to have that effect, and that's absolutely true. And that's through old gain of function technology. And with full synthetics, what I'm saying is you can make this so specific as that if I get your DNA, like off say that you threw a cup, I can tailor an agent just to you. And this is how it's changing. And if you're using AI behind that, I could then, and I say that I got a DNA sample from a couple of your relatives, so I knew what your family tree partially looked like. Machine learning is very good at actually random forest and tree decision making. You do a lot of complex AI behind this to figure out and make predictions that AI could about what your family tree looked like and have the disease travel through your family line.
So let me be very clear. Not only is that false, there is literally zero evidence.
There's no science
anywhere.
No empirical study to back that up.
Now, here's what's even more troubling, but I would expect this from White Tucker. If somebody started rambling on that nonsense on my show, I would immediately cut them off. I wouldn't even allow them to speak, and I would say, what you're saying is factually wrong. You are lying, and there is zero evidence that COVID was engineered to go after certain religions or races. There is zero evidence to prove that. Zero. All we know is that if you weren't in good health, if you were overweight, if your immune system...
Those are facts?
Yeah, if your immune system was compromised, then chances are COVID would hit you much harder than the average younger person who's healthy.
If you have pre-existing conditions...
But that's with almost every disease. That's like everything out there, right? If you get the flu and you're 500 pounds and you can barely walk to begin with, the flu's probably gonna take you out. But if you're a 25-year-old who's in great physical condition, you're probably going to be okay. This isn't anything new. This isn't brain surgery. You don't have to be a doctor to know that. But the fact that Tucker Carlson even entertains this and agrees with it is so beyond despicable.
And there's no proof, as far as I've read, of DNA manipulation. What he's saying is you can engineer a disease in accordance using AI to somebody's DNA.
But I will say this, though. In his defense, I will say this. There is at least one disease that I know of that can be engineered if you watch enough Newsmax, Fox News, and OAN. It's called MAGA herpes. So that can get
brainwashing.
Yeah, it can get manufactured, and once you get the MAGA herpes, it's almost impossible to get rid of.
Well, there's MAGAs listening to this, Brian, and we both know this. There's MAGAs listening to this going, yeah, that's what I thought. That makes sense.
They got the MAGA herpes, they got it, and they can't get rid of that itch, unfortunately. But
MAGA herpes.
that's one disease that unfortunately is spreading throughout this country, and it'll stick with you probably for the rest of your life, unless you're one of the lucky ones.
COVID derangement syndrome.